Station in the world playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Regina Sunshine, coming to you on a beautiful day in Atlanta, Georgia, with the Get Your Sassy Back Show with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler. We are here every Monday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. with our own version of midday motivation. And today's show is all about being young, gifted, and black. And we are so excited to have some amazing young people here doing positive things to show you who we really are and not who the media says we are. We've got Jascha Coles, 14-year-old choreographer and entertainer that was a part of our awesome girls show, wasn't able to make it, so we're going to have her here. Then we have Gabe Robinson, student, athlete, business owner, going to be in the building. Desmond, champion, singer, songwriter, all-around amazing entertainer. We have Milan, writer, blogger, model, activist, non-profit founder, you name it. My nephew, Travis Melvin, is in the building. Yeah, he's in the business too. Investment banker and poet, and amongst other things, going into real estate here in a little bit as well. And Mr. Kenny Williams is in the building, successful business owner, here to talk about, how he has built a successful business and has continued to expand that business. So we're excited to have all these amazing, young, gifted, and black people in the building today. So again, I'm always thankful when I get to do a show like this, when we can showcase our people and who we really are. Thank you, Jack Trey. I just got a glimpse of Gabe's hair. I just kind of looked over there. It kind of threw me. So thank you, Jack, for letting us do these types of shows. Anything you want to say, Dainhen, before we roll on?
I'm looking forward to this show, man. It's a lot of money in the building. So.
Absolutely. Well, I do want to mention, for those who have been watching our show for a while, you're familiar with Miss Desiree Lee and a number of people who have been through this station who were part of her past, the Mustard Seed book. Well, they are having their Extreme Faith conference this Saturday for Past the Mustard Seed, and it's going to be basically a whole bunch of the people who were part of the book, plus me. I get to speak this Saturday as well. So you guys come on out. What is it? Stronghold Christian Church in Lithonia, and support this amazing young woman, Desiree Lee, and her continued effort to bring positive to people's lives. And also we want to thank our food sponsor, who will be here in a little bit with some chicken. I think he's bringing chicken wings today, a little bit of Philly steak today, a little quesadilla today, a little potato salad today. Look at them over there ready. The two of them can eat it all by themselves. And that is Best Wings in Town, right here in the west side of Atlanta. The address is 890 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard. Their hours, their breakfast menu is 6 a.m. to 11 a.m., lunch menu 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and they serve some of everything, from chicken wings to salads, from sandwiches. I think Jack had the shrimp Alfredo last week, and he said it was great. So all types of things. So support this young man Q and his business, and we thank him for supporting our show and Instinct Radio. I will tell you that on Tuesdays, what they call Q's Days, and Wednesdays, wings are 25 cents a piece. So make sure you support this brother and his business. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. Play a little praise song. I'm sure it's going to be Lecrae, because Jack's on a Lecrae kick right now. And when you come back, we'll start the show. You are live on the air with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back Show on Instinct Radio.
All I need is you.
In my time zone when my mind's gone and I'm flying home and I'm stressed out and I'm tempted to get that styrofoam and go pull it up, but you know what's up and you know that ain't gon' solve nothing. I mean, Lord forbid I might fall or something and I'm all another, cause all I need is you to hold me down like bed straps to the psych ward. It's killing me, but you still with me when I fight hard, and you digging me when I'm egging you. Deal with me when my car's pulled. Could've dealt with me, but you fell for me before I fell for you. Keep me on that right path and the right math. It's you plus nothing's everything. You my everything, sing. You ain't gotta question my allegiance, cause the way you love me, I could never leave you. I need you.
By my side, thick and thin, highs and lows, don't let go. We gon' ride, we gon' win, don't know how, all I know. You, all I ever needed, you're all I ever needed. You, all I ever needed, you're all I ever needed.
I times did I fall in this? No condition that get a mention, but you offer this. Unconditional love, I swear I sell it all for this. Trying to keep it together, forget my awkwardness. But often it's just you and me off in this valley of shadows, and I know they tryna pick me off in this, but all I need is you. It's funny just how off I get when I ain't riding with you. No adjectives for your awesomeness. They burning one for that burnout. This life done got them all turned out. Took time out to put time in, so I turn to you when I want out. Need is you. You slow me down cause you know me now. With my phony smiling, I'm acting like it's all copacetic. It's so pathetic, so juvenile. What you do? You keep me cool in the summer when they be dressing less and I be wanting to show off and stunt. But there ain't nothing to want. You give me all that I need. All I need is you to keep that fire burning for me. All I need is you.
By my side, thick and thin, highs and lows, don't let go. We gon' ride, we gon' win, don't know how, all I know. You, all I ever needed. You're all I ever needed. You, all I ever needed. You're all I ever needed.
Ain't nobody gon' get in the way. Put that on my money in the bank. Cause you do what the mothers can't. And I love that, yeah. We gon' ride till the wheels fall off. Above it all, we can never fall, yeah. Hold my hand, we can have it all. Hold my hand, we can have it all.
By my side, thick and thin, highs and lows, don't let go. We gon' ride, we gon' win, don't know how, all I know. You, all I ever needed. You're all I ever needed.
All I ever needed.
All I ever needed. You're all I ever needed.
You always fill me up when I'm feeling down. You always make it better for me somehow. All I need is you, oh, oh. Cause all I need is you, oh, oh.
All I need is. All I need is. All I need is you, All I need is you.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
All right, you guys, we are back live on the air with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler. I almost forgot your name for a minute. On the Young, Gifted, and Black show here on the Get Your Sassy Back show. And our first guest of the day is a young woman who we had scheduled to be on our Awesome Girls show, but we wanted to definitely give her a chance to have her interview and give our audience a chance to hear from her. Her name is Jascha Coles. 14-year-old, you've been modeling for 2 years. You had an appearance in a video at age 6. You're in the Girl Scouts, a part of the National Junior Beta Club since 4th grade. Cheerleading since you were 4, really active. Dancer and actress in the urban musical Rimshot. All right, so you're a part of the positive arts movement with Miss Angela Carswell. And I got to read your hobbies here, okay? Your hobbies are dancing, Instagram, hanging out with family, annoying my older brothers, and playing with my younger sister. Welcome, Jascha Coles, to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, actually. I'm doing really good.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to get you on. I know you missed when all the other girls, we definitely wanted to showcase you and some of the positive things you were doing. Miss Angela Carswell was the one who nominated you to be a part of our Awesome Girls show because she's so proud of you and the work that you've been doing there with Rimshot Urban Musical. How did you start dancing?
Well, I've been dancing since I was little, but dancing with Rimshot, it kind of just happened. Like, my mom was working at a hair salon, and this lady, Sharice Ryan, her daughter was a singer. So I was just in there dancing, playing around, and she was like, is that your daughter over there? And Mom was like, yeah. Like, do you think she can learn this dance real fast? And then she was like, you can ask her. And I learned it like this, and she was like, I need her. So it kind of just happened, and then they were already in Rimshot. So I was a backup dancer for her, and then my role just moved up and up because Miss Angela just was attached to me like that.
I love it. And, what I have seen with her is having these young people around her. She even draws more out of you than you know that you have in you. Yeah. So you've choreographed some now for the positive arts movement. How has that been as a young person, a 14-year-old coming in and working, with these, older entertainers and actors and everything?
It's actually kind of like awakening because I really didn't think I was gonna be like choreographing for like other people and like people asking me, hey, I love what you do. Do you think you can do this for me? Or you wanna dance to my song? And I'm like, okay. So it's kind of like, it's very exciting. It's kind of like awakening for me.
Have you
It
started
really
sending
is.
these people invoices yet?
Invoices?
Invoices.
So they write you a check is what he's saying. Have you started recognizing that you got a gift that people should pay money for?
Oh, well, yeah, me and my mom have talked about that.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Because they're gonna use what you're showing them to make money.
Yeah.
So it's a
It
good
just
thing.
makes it worth your time and your effort and your talent, most importantly.
Yeah, you started at 14. I mean, 18, 19 years old, you got stacks in the bank.
I think that, with our young people, that we have to be able to embrace them where they're at, but we have to understand that not only are they the future, they're the heartbeat of what's initially going to take place. And you have to show your appreciation. And thank yous and we love yous are awesome. But learn the power of the invoice, without a doubt.
Okay.
I like that. Mama was over there smiling like, yeah, I got it, right? So I know you guys are planning some upcoming performances. What have you got next with the Positive Arts Movement?
Well, next we're going to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to do the 11th hour and to also do the remix of Rimshot.
Now, what remix of Rimshot? What's the remix of Rimshot?
Well, we're just doing some changes to it to make it a little more.
It's so obvious you're a dancer because
exciting.
it's like the whole time she's talking, y'all notice that she's moving the entire time. I love it. I do. And like I said, Miss Angela Carswell spoke so highly of you. And it's when someone that I respect, I have high respect for her, has great respect for you as a young person and trust you to choreograph for her play. Says a lot to me. What do you think, Dainhen?
It does. It says not just that. I'm excited to see where are you interested in going in the next 4 to 5 years. Like, who would you like to work with, or what would you like to see your industry, excel to? If that makes sense.
Well, right now, I wanna keep doing what I'm doing. I wanna keep dancing. I wanna keep choreographing and helping other people, and of course, getting money for it. But I'm the type of person where I'm like, I just want to see whatever unfolds is what happens. Like, I'm more of a, if this happens, all right, it happens. I'm not more of a like, I'm gonna do this. If I don't do it, then it's over. I'm more of a like, whatever unfolds, then I'm gonna just go with it. I just go with the flow. But I want to just choreograph and dance. I just want to dance.
That's it?
Yes.
That's good.
So you love it.
I just love it. Like,
Do you have any other dreams or passions outside of dance that you hope to pursue?
I'm actually getting into makeup. So I may want to go to school for that because I want to get more into that, open my areas up a little bit more besides dancing so I can do other things. So that's something.
You're an artist. You know what I notice about artists, that a lot of times there's certain aspects of it that are not that interesting to them because they just do what it is that they love to do. But I found that that's where some of the best art comes from. When people love what it is that they're doing and you can find your niche and then you can capitalize off that niche, you do a great justice to the world. So I say continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And keep dancing.
Is there anyone you want to work with that you haven't worked with? Like you got a dream, somebody you'd like to, choreograph for, be in their video, dance with them?
Beyonce.
That's
that would be
a
dope.
check.
That's a
I
check.
really,
That's a check.
I just want to be up there. Like if I
That's
just,
all you need to be. It's up there.
I just want to be right there with her.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Well, we thank you so much for being here. Now, if someone is listening and they want to write you a check to choreograph for their dance troupe, for their Girl Scout troop or whatever, how can they reach you on social media or via email?
My email is jaschacoles.jc@gmail.com, and my Instagram is surprisinglyfamous_.
I like that.
And my Facebook is my name, Jascha Coles, and I also have a Twitter, which is surprisingly famous.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Mom, I know you're proud of your baby. It's good to see our children doing positive things. And you missed the Awesome Girls show, but we still brought your stuff that we gave to the girls on the Awesome Girls show. And I have one other thing. That day we gave the girls medals, and actually say, Get Your Sassy Back Show Awesome Girl Award, Jascha Coles 2015. And this is not just something in recognition of what you've already done. This is to recognize all the great things that are to come in your life. And we're going to be cheering you all the way. Jascha Coles, everybody.
That also means that when you blow up, don't forget instant radio.
I would.
Is this one of your first interviews?
First interview? No, I've done one before.
Radio.
Well, no, I've done one before.
One before?
Well, we're in the top 3, right?
All right. Well, anything you want to say before you go? Any parting words, any shout outs before you go?
I want to thank my mother for supporting me, and thank you, Miss Angela, for letting me have this interview with you guys. And that's it. Just follow your dreams.
Awesome. Well, you hang around if you can. At the end, we're going to bring all our guests back together. We're going to have a conversation about what it means to be young, gifted, and black in this country today. All right? All right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have fighter, student, business owner, Gabe Robinson in the chair. You are live on air with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio.
This is crazy important.
In the mix. The biggest station in the world. Playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Don't go nowhere.
The show.
All I need is you. Gifted and black. Oh, when you're, yes, yes, when you're, yeah, thank you, Jesus, gifted and black. Is all I need. In this whole world, you know, there are millions of boys and girls who are young, gifted, and black, with their souls intact, and that's a fact. You are young, gifted, and you're black. We must begin to tell our young. There's a world waiting for you. Yours is the quest that's just begun. When you're feeling real low, here's a great truth you should remember and know, that you're young, gifted, and black. You got your soul intact. Oh, and that's a fact. You're young, gifted, and black. Oh, it's a mighty sweet thing. Yes, it is now. Young, gifted, and black.
All right, you guys. Woo. You're back live on the air with your girl, Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio. And our next guest, y'all should know him. I met him in a special way. Whatever. His bias and negative stories about our young men. Here is one worth telling. Robinson graduated from Greenwood High School in 2012 at 16 years.
What's going on with that mic? I don't know. What's going on with that?
All right. I don't know. I guess it's. You want me to do this? When I hold the thing at the end, it works good.
All right, just listen.
All right. He graduated a year early to pursue his MMA dream. While attending college and majoring in psychology, he has trained full-time and paid for his own training. On May 9, 2014, at the age of 18, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, he made his debut in the MMA world. He won by submission in the second round, rear naked choke. I never enjoyed seeing somebody choke somebody out so much in my life as I did that night. In conjunction with his first fight, he officially launched his brand, The New Spartan. Gabe currently works 2 jobs along with his studies and training. He is set to enter the cage again. Are we going to make the announcement today?
Oh, no, that's not, like, official.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, in the next couple months, he'll be in the cage again. I thought we were going to make the announcement today, but I guess I wasn't supposed to. Everybody, welcome Gabe Robinson. Yes. There we go. And since Dainhen already alluded to it, we met a long, long time ago. This is my son. He grew in the womb. All right, so tell me this. You are quite focused. How do you stay so focused as a 19-year-old?
I just go back and I just watch. I remember Dad, how every day he would just go to work and come back and go to work and go build the business, and just how focused he was. And I guess I draw from that, and also draw from the fact that I always tell myself that the legacy of the Robinsons family will be built upon my back.
So you take that responsibility.
Yes.
Seriously. So, I mentioned that you're in college studying psychology.
I might change it to social work.
Yeah, we had to talk about it. After you went and visited Hype, that really was, and he went out there and he was like, if I could do this for a job, help kids every day and get paid, this would be awesome. So why social work?
Because I don't know, I feel like with my generation, we need a lot of help, and we need people who actually care, and I actually care about people, and I come from a more young perspective, so I think I can bring something fresh to social work.
Absolutely. So now we mentioned fighting. Now you're in school, you're pursuing fighting. What's the ultimate goal here in terms of fighting?
That too. I want to join the UFC and see what I can do there, but I'm to the point now where it's just wherever God wants to lead me, I'll go, whether that be just from building a business with the New Spartan, fighting, coaching, teaching. I don't care as long as I get to hit somebody at the end of the day. I'm happy.
I remember you told me that once. You said any day I get to fight somebody is a good day. You still feel that way?
Yes, in all honesty. Just being able to hit someone, just smile after, and then y'all shake hands and go back talking about the day. Lovely.
What did you get the energy from? Because I noticed that with the fighting that you do, it's not like when people think fighting is not traditional fighting. It's something that requires a lot of practice, a lot of working out. Then you're in college, and then you have 2 jobs. Like, do you ever sleep?
Actually, I have 2 days, today and Wednesday, where I do nothing. And I use those days to recharge because, I remember Mom, she always talked about having a rest day, a day to recharge and refocus, and I feel like I need that because if I don't get a rest day, I'll just be tireless the whole time, and then I won't be as effective as I would be. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I wanted you on this show because I think it does help people to see a young black man who has a look that some people may perceive a particular way, and then here you open your mouth and and you're a nerd.
It's the glasses.
It's the glasses?
Yes.
But I think it helps too because I think we need to see our people in all perspectives, that we don't fit in any particular box. That we are a beautiful rainbow of beautiful, talented individuals. Now, let's talk about the New Spartan. Tell us about the New Spartan.
New Spartan started in, I think, 2012, around there. And from there, I like the whole mentality of a Spartan of just go, 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 never stop, never give up, just keep pushing. and I want to use that as like a basis for my brand. And with our branding, the whole saying is create your legacy, surpass your expectations, and I view life in that zone of like in everything I do, I want to surpass the expectations I have for myself. I do that working out, training, work, everything.
I can see that. Now, since you've been at Atlanta Martial Arts Center, and for those who've been watching the show for a while,
that's my second
Alan
family.
Baker was on here
I love them
a couple
so
months.
much.
I know you love them. You've been teaching some kids classes out there. What has that been like?
Well, I stopped recently because of work and everything, but that's lovely because, I mean, Todd would just let me loose and let me beat up kids.
That's not exactly
while their parents are watching.
But they loved it. I remember you said before that the parents, thought it was great because you're a young guy and the kids kind of look up to you and you come into class.
Yeah, I'm not like near their age, but like I'm in that general area, so they can kind of. I guess I'm cool. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess people.
Yeah, you walk in with that hair and they think it's cool. Yeah. You're different. Well, you said we can't make the announcement, so I won't make that.
Depends on my coach.
Depends on your coach. All right. So in the next week or so, we should have a fight date, right?
It's going to either be in August, September, or October, but the latest October.
So you let Instinct Radio know first, and we'll announce it on the air so that all our supporters. Yeah, we're going to get new T-shirts.
T-shirts, wristbands, everything. We're going to do the whole.
When Gabe Robinson is getting old, if you do manage to at your age at one point in time, what legacy do you want to? What do you want people to remember you by?
Ooh, I guess just a man that helps people. I mean, when I think about my legacy, I want my legacy to be so great that all my kids have to do is mention my name. And then that opens doors for them. That's what's up. I mean, you think about people like Jaden Smith, and there's like, oh, I'm Will Smith's son. Yeah. And bam, open doors, movies, stuff like that. And I want my kids to have the same opportunities just by mentioning my name.
Awesome.
That's dope. That's the first time I heard you say that. So any shout outs, anything you just want to say while you're on the air?
I guess shout out to my mother and my father. They're lovely people. My family, my friends at Land Martial Arts Center, everyone at Jimmy John's and Marco's Pizza for dealing with me.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, that's look. We need sponsorship money.
Instinct Radio, Daquan from across the street.
Something's wrong with you. Well, I'm glad you mentioned your dad, and I say this before. A lot of people see me and you out on the road because we travel a lot together, but they have to remember there's a man working real hard,
working day and night
to make all these dreams come true, right?
Yes,
so shout out to John Robinson, who I'm sure at work right now working hard. And I have to say that because people see us together and they assume this is a single mama show. But no, you got a dad that has been there every step of the way.
Pure workhorse.
Yes, yes, loves you. I used to tell people before whenever Gabriel was born, you know how they come and take the kids out the room. John, you don't take this baby nowhere. He goes nowhere without me. And so when they would come roll him out, John would walk out with him wherever he went in the hospital. He belongs to me. Y'all don't have permission to do anything with him. So yeah, from day one till now. So shout out to Dad. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we got the second round of your fight queued up for everybody to see. You didn't know that.
Hair was so nice.
So during the break, we're going to watch the second round of your fight, and then we'll come back with our next guest. But you hang around. We're going to talk to the whole group at the end, all right? Any parting words? You want to set up this clip right here?
He's about to get trashed.
All right, you guys. We're taking a break. Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show.
Station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
That will take a lot out of you. All right, we come out from two corners. Open stance again.
Hands down, very dangerous. The high kick.
Good leg kick from Gabe. Ooh, another leg kick. Seems to have trouble in that stance, so the land pretty flush.
Little Wayne said, that's a wobble, drop it.
Gabe rushing in, looking for a shot. Got it, clean. Lands in half guard.
Once again, bypasses the guard completely. Gets his head up. Perfect hand. Body head to an awesome ground pound.
Cornet working from his back. Flash is trying to hang on. Ooh, thundering rib shots here.
I think we're starting to see the lack of a coach right here. Around Gabe. Gabe's getting awesome instruction from this corner.
Passing a full mount here, and
tries to roll it back over solid.
controls an S mount.
That's like a little mountain on top of you. It's braced up.
Gabe's still around, coming around. He's got locked up in the body lock now. Switches back out, now inside now.
Controls all around the positioning. And that was beautiful, beautiful positioning.
Gabe achieves mount again. Frog splash out, looking for these short strikes.
He's
up in S mount, looking for arm bars and triangles and anything that looks out of here.
There's no answer. He's trying this one hip jump, and it's just not working.
And doesn't seem to be trapping the leg or trapping the arm as he comes over.
Now he's doing a patent independent squeeze.
Good short strikes here.
He's getting that arm track down. He's got the back. Smooth.
Taking his back.
This guy is smooth.
He's working around the body.
Take it back. He's keeping his hooks. He's doing an awesome job controlling the back.
Controlling the wrist, controlling the back. He's looking a lot like he's got a choke in. Very close here. Very, very dangerous position for that.
That'll be it.
And that's the end of it. Tap out.
Tap.
Very excited. Good amount of excitement here from Gabe's corner. Excellent fight.
Atlanta brings home the win. That was a clinic. That was fantastic.
Very good control. Ben Askren with that. Doesn't matter where you go, I'm going to ride you out. And end the fight there. Go to Cody Bin for the
biggest station
official decision.
in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Everybody look at somebody and tell them, I need you.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
All right, you guys, you're back live on the air with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio. And this is our Young, Gifted, and Black show. We made an effort to have a variety, of people from different backgrounds. So we got our singer-songwriter here, Mr. Desmond Champion. He was born in Decatur, Georgia, learned the gift of music at the age of 3. A musical proficient in drums, piano, and guitar, Desmond is also a gifted singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. Welcome, Desmond Champion, back to our show. How are you doing?
I'm good. I feel comfortable.
Feel comfortable? I like that.
I feel comfortable.
I remember when you came the first time, you were beginning to, really get into this music thing and working on a new project that you told me you're currently still working on. Yeah. Tell us about, I guess, the journey from we saw you last. What's been going on?
Performing more and more and more, and not just to perform, but actually have a message behind it. Wow, amazing people, a lot of amazing people, and it's been a beautiful thing to be able to come together and just be able to just vibe out,
Yeah.
It's just to vibe out,
I've noticed that because it's just, on social media, it's almost daily, every other day. Desmond's here performing, he's there performing. Yeah. It's a good thing. And lots of different, a variety of venues, not the same type of place. I've noticed that you've been all over, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So I just rock with it. Whatever I got thrown at me, just rock with it.
Just rock with it.
Yeah.
And you always act like you're so shy. You're not shy. So you're working on a new project that is almost finished.
Yes,
Tell us about the project.
Yes. Well, this one is about not just me, but what other people go through also. So we just connect with the crowd. Love How We Vibe, and of course it's gonna be on one of them.
Yeah.
Am I Really Alive? Change the World. Oh man, it's I think 8-9 songs. Yeah, about 8-9 songs. Then I have another one where I'll be performing live. So yeah, it's in the making. And
you really started smiling when you started talking about it.
I can't help it.
So this is a project that you're proud of.
I am.
Beautiful music. Anything?
And with you being, so in depth with music, because anytime that I hear you talk about music, that's when a true smile comes. Everything else is like this.
Yeah.
When you start talking about music, you turn into something different. So with music in its current state, where do you see music going? And what's your contribution to music?
In the current state,
Don't think about young stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was about to say,
Take him into consideration.
Okay, cool. Well, the music is music. I respect everybody's craft. Yeah. They put their all into what they do. I respect that. I feel like with what I'm doing, I feel like it can change. Not just me. I'm not trying to, change the music game. What I'm trying to do is change the people, or reach out to the people that, does music also, so they can be able to connect to others, to be able to reach out to those that don't really, do too much music or anything like that, but be able to, give them a chance to express themselves also. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, man, we just get it going.
How would you describe your music?
I would say passionate, sensual. I can't put it in a category.
That's a good thing.
I can't put it in a category because sometimes it can change. It'll be a love song, then it'll be something dealing with life, or then it'll switch up to maybe like a rock song or an anthem or something like that, So
I like that aspect, because along with Ms. Cole's, it's something that you guys do whenever you're talking about art. It should not be able to fit in a category, because it's something, it's yours, and you may be exposing the world to a new category of music. I think it's important to just continue to do what it is that you love.
And it's crazy that you said that, because two people came to me two separate times. A friend of mine named Chris, he passed away recently, but he had a dream And he told me, he said, yo, it's music that you're gonna do. It's a new category. It's crazy, but you're gonna be one of the ones to do that. Another one, Bishop Brunner, he said the same exact thing, and it just caught me off guard with 3 other females that had the same dream at different times.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's confirmation.
Yeah.
It's confirmation. So you just got to get it going.
I think that's powerful, man, because like a lot of times we try to fit into, even in life, just in life, you know, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do it this way, and then you limit me. It almost looks like failure if I don't do it the way that it's been done.
Yeah.
But everything that has changed the world has been something new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been something innovative. It's been something that people didn't quite catch on to it initially, but then the creator stayed focused on what it is they were doing, and then it changed the world, man. So I look forward to it.
Yeah. So if our listeners want to follow you, want to listen to your music, where can they find your music, and where can they find you on social media?
Okay, DesmondChampion.com, DesmondChampion.com. Everything is there: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So if you want to follow me or anything like that, just go there. Also SoundCloud, Desmond Champion. I got like 3 songs on there, but there will be more this week, next week. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing going.
Is that your real name, Desmond Champion?
Yes.
Okay.
That's dope. You were set up for greatness.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I feel
You've been
good.
speaking that thing from the beginning. Well, we're ready. Do you need like us to take a break so you can set up, or you can grab the guitar and go in? What do you need?
Nah, I can just grab it and go in.
Well, grab it and go in.
Yeah.
If y'all never heard this brother before, y'all are in for a serious treat. And he already asked me a couple times what should he sing, but I have no idea, Desmond. Just whatever. When you open your mouth, whatever comes out, just do that. All right?
Yeah.
Need a mic?
Yeah, I should be good. So I'm gonna do the one that everybody loves. Love how we vibing. I always do it, and people catch on to it, and we're just gonna rock with it. Caught my attention, and it's not because of your body. You got me really thinking about you. Oh, stuck you right into my rhythm. Oh, in sync we are, waiting on that moment of truth. Cause when I look in your eyes, I never thought that I'd find that one thing I know I've been searching for. And the kind of caught me off guard, the way we vibing so hard. And there's one thing I know that I'm certain of. I'm comfortable. I feel so comfortable. Love how we vibing, yeah we rocking, ain't no stopping, that's when we started. I love how we vibing, yeah we vibing, yeah we vibing, yeah we vibing, I love how we vibing, yeah we rocking, yeah ain't no stopping, that's when we started. I love how we vibe, babe, I love how we vibe, babe. Liking how we're on the same page without saying a word. Yeah. You read me like a book and I don't mind, no, because you're worth more than every second, every minute of the hour. Think about you daily, cause you bring me so much power. I feel alive. I thought that I would never, but I do. I feel so comfortable. I feel so comfortable. I love how we
vibing, yeah we vibing, yeah we vibing, you know, yeah we vibing, you know I love how we vibing, yeah we rocking, yeah ain't no stopping, that's when we started. I love how we vibe, babe, I love how we vibe, babe. I'm cutting short. Yeah, we vibing, you know. Yeah, we vibing, you know. If you want to hear the whole thing, you might as well just go ahead and follow me and everything like that. So.
I just came up with a category for your music though.
What?
It's called Baby Making Music.
Baby.
And I will pay cash, like I don't pay for nothing. I'll pay for your CD, man.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
download everything, like for real. But I'll pay cash for your CD, for real.
Oh yeah, you got a gift and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, we thank you so much for being here. You can hang around for the rest of the show. Oh yeah. All right. Tell everybody one more time. Was it where they can find you again?
It's DesmondChampion.com. DesmondChampion.com. I'm actually featuring at Apache this Friday. 30-minute set, so y'all might as well come on out. Get ready and bring whoever you want to bring, because I promise you'll enjoy it.
Awesome. That sounds good. Sounds good. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Come back with our next guest, Milan, and she is in the building. Yeah. You're live on the air with Regina, Sunshine, and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. We're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hey fellas, where are the treadmills?
Oh, they're right there in the back.
Oh, see that? Oh, that's why I love this gym. That's why I love this gym. Woo. Man, forget the bench press. Today, it is a cardio day for you. Boy, my goodness, she bad. Holla at you.
I can't lie, I admire beauty like the next man. I still remember when I used to get my check cash, get my hair cut, I hit the streets with my head gas. Looking out for little mamas with a fat fast. That's what my auntie used to tell me. My girl in my rear view trying to tell me. Cause she knew it wasn't nothing you could tell me. Always on the trail of another female. Well, they say my papa was a player. Somebody's honesty is honest in me, baby. Somehow in college, Greek letters made me cuter. All the time online, I still couldn't compute it. I pledged girls, then it's on to the next girl. My next girl eventually be my ex-girl. But it's funny how it all unfolds. I done finally found a woman I ain't never letting go. Whoa.
She looking bad, don't do it. I wonder if she got a maid, don't do it. I don't see no wedding band, don't do it. I promise you don't wanna go through it. Look, take it from me. You don't want no problems, you don't want no problems. You don't want no problems, you don't want no problems. And you don't want no problems, G. Find yourself in the obituary column sheet.
It ain't nothing like a good woman. If you got you one of those, be good to them. Keep it 100, love everybody want it, but the lies of the lust keep the line next to us. But I got past it, now I'm known to pass it. Up for my passion and I ain't here blasting. Born sinner just like any other man standing. Couldn't keep the standard, so God said a stand it. If you creeping when you feel desire creep in, I know another way to win that don't involve cheating. Don't involve another heart broken into pieces when a girl called and tell you that she saw you on Peachtree. Meeting pretty underscore nice features. Had a couple drinks and had yourself a little piece in. Now you feeling like the man in the streets. Pull up to the crib, see I love your pants in the streets, man.
She looking bad, don't do it. I wonder if she got a maid, don't do it. I don't see no wedding band, don't do it. I promise you don't wanna go through it. Look, take it from me. You don't want no problems, you don't want no problems. You don't want no problems, you don't want no problems. And you don't want no problems, G. Find yourself in the obituary column sheet.
LaShonda, baby, why are my clothes in the street?
Oh, you don't know why your pants is in the street? Huh, yeah. Shaquita told me she seen you on Peachtree. All up in the girl face. You gotta go.
That's my cousin. That was my sister. I like a friend.
No, I don't wanna hear it. Shut up. Get your stuff and go.
Don't do it. I wonder if she got a maid, don't do it. I don't see no wedding band, don't do it. I promise you don't wanna go through it. Look, take it from me. You don't want no problems, you don't want no problems. You don't want no problems, you don't want no problems. And you don't want no problems, G. Find yourself in the obituary column sheet.
All right, you guys, you're back live on the air with Regina, Sunshine, and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio. We are here with the Young, Gifted, and Black segment today on Instinct Radio, bringing you guys a host of talent from our young people, just showing you just how awesome and amazing we are. Our next guest is D. Milan, and you don't want to know what that D stands for. Do people ask you that all the time?
On occasion.
Okay. D. Milan is an Atlanta-based author, songwriter, and journalist. Best known for her bold writing style and quiet demeanor, she is paradoxical. Did I say it right? Whoa. In her title as a shy socialite. She has been published as a poet and a model, and soon as an author with her debut novel, When We Were Young. That's funny. When We Were Young. Due to release this month, June 2015, D is also an award-winning philanthropist, the CEO of her own nonprofit organization. Let me go back. She is the CEO of her own nonprofit organization. D. Milan is committed to teaching others the beauty of diversity and encouraging our fellow man. Her work can be viewed here, as well as her personal blog, The Original Treehouse. Welcome to the show, D. Milan. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. I learned a lot about you when I got your bio, because when I met you, I knew you as a blogger and a writer. But then I was like, oh, there's all this other stuff as well. Met you at the Past the Mustard Seed book launch. I think you already knew Jack Trey.
I did.
And it was great to meet you. And now I've seen you somewhere everywhere. If there's an event going on in town where people are doing something positive, you are in the building.
I try to be.
So tell us about your nonprofit. That was something I didn't know about. Tell us about your nonprofit organization.
My nonprofit is actually called Tribe of Change Incorporated. I paid for that. Add that in there. And we're really big on diversity relations. A lot of what I do, I don't technically look the part. And that's something that we have to break down. Those are barriers that we have to break down, because you don't know by looking at someone who they are, what they do. And we have to learn to treat people equally and fairly with respect, regardless of if this person can help me better my station in life, or if this person is a homeless man on the street. We have to treat everybody with the same amount of respect.
I agree. I love that. So 25 years old, right?
24.
24, but this is your 25th year of life. That's why I said 25th year of life. So how long have you been working with your nonprofit?
We were incorporated in 2013. So I've had my baby for about 2 years now.
That's awesome. And poet and model, like I said, I learned, the thing I'm seeing today so far, this young, gifted, and black shows, they're gifted in so many different areas.
Yeah, it's like with music now, you can't just rap, you got to rap and sing. So it's like they bringing everything to the table.
Everything. So poet and model, tell us about that.
Oh man, so I really am shy, so it's really hard for me to talk about some of this. But I actually was published earlier this year. That wasn't my first time, but it's kind of the first time recently for my poem called The Glass Bowl. And I've been modeling. I started modeling. That was my introduction to the industry, probably about when I was 16. When I got around 19, 20, I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't have a passion for it. I went to the semifinals of America's Next Top Model.
Wow.
And it was crazy to see all the girls in there. They were so dedicated, and some cried when they didn't make it. And I just chalked it up to the tattoos and called it a day.
Yeah.
And that was the end of my modeling career. So
what's
now,
the glass pole?
Huh?
What's the glass pole? What is that?
The last.
The glass bowl?
The glass.
The glass bowl. It's a poem that I did. I write a lot, so majority of the things that I write, I don't even commit to memory. Like
Gotcha.
I couldn't off top tell you what it said.
Gotcha.
But it was good. I know that. It was
Yeah, I wrote it. It was good, right? Yeah, it was good for sure. So you're releasing your first book, and I did laugh when I saw the title, When We Were Young, and it's your autobiography.
Right.
Why was it important for you to write this book?
Even in the opening, I talk about that. I've been compelled to tell my story quite a bit. And as you grow and you find your purpose, I realize my purpose, honestly, is intermingled with other people. Like, my purpose in life is to help people, to reach people. So what's the use of going through our trials and our tribulations without sharing that with someone? Like, it's, especially in this generation, it's almost our responsibility to share that knowledge, especially when you have it, because everybody's not gifted with that knowledge.
That's deep. You know, I was just talking to a principal about that very same concept. Like, I think that not enough of our teens graduate even from high school. So I was like, you know what? the kids that graduate from this high school and they go on to college, why don't they come back and mentor to these kids that are on the high school level? And not just that, the kids that are on the high school level should go mentor to the kids that are at the middle school.
Right.
And thus, it's like we have to have heroes. We have to have, leaders that traditionally would not be categorized as leaders, because we need that constant improvement, and we need not just that constant mentoring. So I think that the autobiography is timely. Like it's awesome.
I hope so. I hope it is timeless. That's what I pray for. Even at the end of the book, I kind of left it off where I am now, because a lot of the success and things that people see, they glamorize it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see, the struggles and the bills not getting paid, and I got to choose between calling my family and being here today. Just all those types of things. It's not easy. It looks easy. But it looks easy because the people who are successful and get there, we understand like there are hurdles that come every day, and you just have to.
Where are you originally from?
A lot of places. I was born in Baumholder, Germany. My father is currently in Lawton, Oklahoma, and my mother's in Troy, Alabama.
How'd you get to Atlanta?
I was in school in Texas, and I just got tired. I've never been one for school. I finished, but I've never been one for school. And I started applying for jobs early because I was set to graduate December 2014. Yeah, 2014. And I actually got hired on with a nonprofit doing marketing management before I graduated, the summer before I graduated. So I finessed the dean, and I said, look, I'm trying to go. This is what I want to do. They moved all my classes online, and I was here in August.
Wow, so you just picked up and started over.
I just picked up and left.
I love that courage.
You know what? The only thing I heard was I finessed the dean. And I hear, but listen. But I hear so many people say, they finessing, they jugging, they doing all this stuff. But when you say I finessed the dean, that's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different juggling. You know what? That's a book within itself. It's a book. That's a movement. I finessed the dean. We should make some T-shirts.
I did.
So what are you hoping readers gain from your book? What is the message that you hope they walk away with?
The message. You can't let your situation stop you. You absolutely cannot. Everything that can go wrong, when you're trying to do something with yourself, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And you have to expect that. You have to be mentally and spiritually sound enough to get through that. Because if you really want what you say you want in life, problems are gonna come. Like things that you never thought would go wrong. I've actually been under the weather for about 3 weeks now, and I've never had a problem with my health. So for even that to happen, it was like, is this a lymph node? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
And it's been a journey. Oh my goodness, but I wouldn't take back anything.
Well, I do love your passion. Like I said, I see you somewhere everywhere, blogging about everything. When they had the women's empowerment, or when we had Apex Museum, whatever, you look around, and it's not like one event a day. You event hop. You are networking. You out here meeting some people, doing some things.
Especially being in the entertainment industry as a journalist, the hours are late. The artists are in the studio late at night, and especially if I'm trying to get that check for that songwriting, you gotta be in there.
Good stuff. Well, if someone wants to follow you on social media, where can they find you on social media? And do you know yet where the book is going to be released? You have that information yet?
Actually, I'm going to leave here and finish up the last proof. It'll be sent to print today.
Awesome.
Let me ask you this about the book. How are you going about in marketing the book? Because what I noticed with not just in the African American community, but this Atlanta and whole, a lot of bookstores are closing down.
Right.
Especially black, because the one at the West End closed down, the one in South DeKalb closed down. There's just a lot of them. So how are you going about in putting your work out there so where it's accepted by your design market, if that makes sense?
I have a really strong base in the indie community. Like I said, I started off doing mostly journalism, so a lot of the connections that I gained were organic. Like,
Gotcha.
I do something for you, and if anything ever comes around, you show up to my things like that. I get a lot of site traffic. Like I said, I'm very opinionated via behind the computer.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of site traffic. Everything is going to go through my website, and we're looking towards international publishing. We're going to do the Barnes & Noble and all that jazz, but I'm trying to get worldwide.
That's what's up.
I love it. I love it. So the website, tell everybody the website.
bydmilan.com. That's B-Y, the letter D, M-I-L-A-N.com. Instagram and Twitter handle the same, by_DMilan. And Facebook, just DMilan. And I run all of those personally. I'm really active on them. If you talk to me, I will talk back to you. Like, I really will. I don't know what people are like here. A lot of people are really shocked when I speak back. Oh, you're so pretty. I didn't think. Nah, bro. Nah.
Well, we thank you so much for being here. I hope you hang around for our group discussion at the end. What's the vision?
D-Milan summer camp, like for young girls.
I'm with that.
And I'm just thinking out loud.
Well, that's where her heart is. She,
for real, like the whole kit and caboodles with just programs, workshops.
Writing workshops,
yeah,
art workshops. My videographer is here actually. Summer went to Africa. She's 18. She's 18. She's written her book already.
I remember because we met you at the Apex Museum.
Yeah, she already wrote her book, so she's here helping me out. At a younger age, like that's really jazzy to me.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Mr. Moore got a whole group of superheroes over there at the Apex Museum.
It's like watching an episode of Different World. Like a lot of y'all don't know what Different World is, but it is like that.
Come on.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. And we come back, we're going to be live with investment banker Travis Melvin. He is live in the building. You are here with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio.
This is crazy important.
In the mix. The biggest station in the world. Playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Don't go nowhere. For sure.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
I honestly grow insecure as I get older. Cause even when you hot, there comes a day when you get colder. Comes a day when you slower. Time is taking its toll. 45 on the back of the jersey upon your soul. I'm scared of letting go. I don't know what the future holds. My nightmares are having nightmares. I'm quite scared of what's right and fair. How I fare in eternity. Will I hear well done when he turn to me? Will I hear you care too much about all this stuff that really don't matter? You chase the wind and you won and you got to the top of a 2-foot ladder. What's after I can capture all this mess my heart was after? Will I end up empty-handed when I stand before my master? Did I master the mathematics of a passive disaster? Adding my selfish ambition, otherwise subtracting what matters on.
Hey, nights I can't sleep. Will I fall? Will I peek through the curtains? All I see, fingers pointed at me, and they watching, and they watching, and they watching, and they watching, and I'm wondering what they thinking about. Late nights I can't sleep, counting cash, counting sheep through the curtains. All I see, fingers pointed right at me, and I'm watching, and I'm watching, and I'm wondering what they thinking about it all.
In high school, we tried to act all tough. I remember a couple times I couldn't back that up. Like when I ran from them vatos, scuffing up my zapatos, scared of losing my hide. I was so embarrassed inside. If I could go back in time, I would stand and say something like, I ain't never scared, never scared, never scared. I'm lying, I'm scared of these thoughts in my head. I'm scared of possibly pushing people right over the ledge. When I say I pledge allegiance to the struggle, then I turn around and buckle under stress and under pressure. Bible on my dresser that could teach my pain a lesson, but I'd rather not address it. Addresses in depression. I'm scared if I confess it that you gon' look at me like I'm something less, and I'm such a mess.
Celui qui a peur d'admettre ses craintes et celui qui ne pourra pas les surmonter. On trouve la liberté dans la confession et la liberté dans la reconnaissance.
Yeah. And it just so happens I'm wrestling with my status. I'm trying to see me like he do, not focusing on this madness. They count on me, count me out on account of they fear and doubts. Keep account of my wrongs, trying to keep me inside their house. Some just keep me around, gotta wonder what that's about. Yeah! They wanna be politically correct, I suppose, but I'm comfortable in my skin while they just pretending they close. I'm scared of falling and failing in front of all of my foes. And I did some friends are unfaithful, so I keep my small circle closed. I don't want no handouts or favors, no functional saviors. I'ma tell that truth till it kill me, and I'm chilling with my creator. Jesus, 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 Jesus to all of my haters.
恐れる者はそれに打ち勝つことはできないだろう。すべてを受け入れたその先に自由は存在し、恐怖は解き放たれる。
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
All right, you guys, you're back live on the air with Regina, Sunshine, and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio on our Young, Gifted, and Black show. And if you've been watching, we have introduced you guys to some phenomenal young people already, and we're going to keep it rolling. Our next guest is Mr. Travis Melvin, 25-year-old native of Wilmington, North Carolina. A whole lot of great stuff here about him. Specifically, I want to mention that he went to UNC Chapel Hill, follows Carolina, the real Carolina fans in the room, full scholarship, and excelled there like he did in everything else. How you doing, Travis? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. You're doing pretty well this morning.
You know, I always talk about how I met somebody. When I met you, you were 3. I came home from college with your uncle, and I was an instant aunt. Wasn't I? Like from that day forward. Yep. And so I have watched you grow up, and it's, you know, a beautiful thing to see you excelling at 25 years old, to have achieved everything that you've achieved. So let's talk about some of those things. Sure. You went to UNC Chapel Hill. Tell us about your experience at Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill was great. As you had mentioned before, you know, I went there essentially on a full ride as a part of the Carolina Covenant Scholarship. You know, I actually applied to other schools. I applied to Harvard. I applied to Morehouse. Didn't actually get all the way to Harvard, but Morehouse gave me acceptance. However, they wanted to give me, you know, Stafford loans for the entire tuition. Carolina gave me a full ride. I didn't have money, so I went to Carolina. It's basically how it played out. But while I was there, you know, I definitely put my studies first, but I also worked 3 jobs just to, you know, help myself out, help my mother out, and kind of, you know, build a foundation that I wanted to have upon graduation. Had a ton of experiences there. You know, I crafted my art of spoken word, which has kind of fallen off now that I've entered the professional world. But, you know, various leadership groups that I participated in.
Oh, yeah. You name it, you've done it.
You know, first experience with investing as a part of my education. So a lot of great stuff there. Carolina's a great institution for a pretty low price.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is you choosing the area that you chose, finances. I remember you being a young person and charging interest to people that borrow money from you, and having a spreadsheet of when they borrowed it and how much they owed you, and all that stuff. And which is so interesting, because then your mini-me over there was exactly the same way.
That's about how it works out.
Nobody was safe. Why he said that when I borrowed the $20 from him?
Oh, he was serious. He was serious about the interest.
Interest on the $20.
Yeah, he did.
I remember when Rick Ross had Gabe, and I had bought one of Rick Ross' books. Gabe let me borrow $20. The next time I saw Gabe, he was talking about interest.
That's how it goes.
So serious. He was so serious.
And this is where it started, right here.
That's what's up.
So why did you choose business and finance?
So one, it really just piqued my interest from a young age. I had an affinity for saving at a very young age. My mother told me I used to hide chicken in the couches. So like I had, you know, food to eat later when I was hungry. And just, you know, that, you know, matriculated into, you know, financial saving. And, you know, that was really established by, you know, me seeing where my family was, where my mother was, and me wanting to kind of provide and assist with that, so that we could have, you know, a better living situation. And then from there, you know, there was this one movie I watched that I can't actually remember the name of it, but this guy, you know, he had a class where he effectively acted as a stockbroker, and he made $3 million in a day. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. So, you know, that kind of turned into, you know, what major is that going to be? That's going to be business. And that's kind of, you know, what I decided to study at Carolina, in addition to economics as well.
Awesome. And you mentioned your mother, and that part of your bio, I think it's special that the first paragraph in your bio, you talk about your mother, that all the stereotypes say you shouldn't be here doing what you're doing because you were born to a young single mother who was just basically, and it wasn't her against the world, but a lot of times it felt like it was her against the world. And here you are, not just you, but all your siblings, successful, doing well, the exact opposite of what society says that we are. Tell us about that.
As you were saying, I definitely grew up. My mother had 3 kids by the time she was 19, I believe, and just to hear that in a sentence makes you think, like, how is that possible that you are where you are today with starting out that way. But we definitely have a very, very close-knit family. And we breed champions. Like, Gabe is a champion, I'm a champion. Like, we invest in our family and make sure that every person that comes after us is better than before. So just having the principles that she instilled in me at a very young age, making sure education was key. When I started to be interested in the girls, she would ask me, does she make straight A's? Don't talk to her. I'm like, all right, well, sorry, you gotta make straight A's. Apologize. But it's I've always kind of seen the light of me being in a situation where I can take care of my mother and she doesn't have to work anymore. And I'm still trying to get to that position. I did one thing and gave her a car a year ago, but there's other things I want to do. Like, if she wants to stay in Wilmington, I want to buy her house one day so she doesn't have to pay the mortgage, and so on and so forth, and do that for my family, my sisters, everybody that I essentially feel like I have the responsibility to take care of. Because my granddad passed away many years ago, rest his soul, and my dad was never really there, so naturally the weight comes on my shoulders to kind of be that role model and that essentially person, that caretaker for the family. So that's something that I hold very, very deep, and it's really the driving force for my success.
Awesome. So investment banking.
Yep.
Are you loving this?
No.
You don't like it?
No. Nobody likes investment banking. It's one of those things. You work all the time. We can pull 100-hour weeks back to back. That means we're getting in at 9 o'clock and leaving at 2-3 a.m. day in and day out. Me, I have more of an affinity for actually investing in assets, whereas investment banking is more of a middle ground where you only make money if you get hired and everything. So it's not something that I can kind of see myself doing for a long time. And really, I got into it to be a stepping stone for the next thing that I want to do.
And the next thing, we talked about this, you were here a couple weeks ago, we had this conversation. So what's the next thing?
The next thing is pursuing commercial real estate investing. Like I said, when I was at UNC, I developed an affinity for investing via a class I took there where we helped manage an endowment fund for the business school. Took the fund from 1.2 to 1.5 million in about 9 months' time. So then when I started at Wells Fargo originally in 2011, I actually invested in mortgage-backed securities. And switching from that to banking, I realized that I was missing something in banking. Being a part of a balance sheet-based business where I'm actually making investment decisions. So that's my affinity for investing, and commercial real estate is just a way to not only invest in interesting assets, but invest in the community, in the infrastructure for a city, in the lifestyle of people, in the economy, from a micro and a macro perspective. So, and all of those things I can effectively identify with. So that's kind of where my passion lies. And
I feel like I should be taking notes, like for real. And it's gonna be a quiz at the end of class. Well, you know what? I think this is imperative that our community begin to. I don't think that we fully embrace how money actually works. And I think that the younger that we are when we begin to embrace this, I think that as a community we'll be much more profitable. So I encourage you. You got a black girlfriend?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
We recently.
She is African American.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very, very interested in.
Oh, okay.
Black
That's
women,
what's up,
so.
man. I hear these
happens,
people talk all. Yeah.
It happens.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. I would be interested in listening to. Do you have any products or your spoken word that we can get to or purchase or?
Yeah, so I mean on my Facebook page, Trav M, there's a few pieces on there from like 2008, but I haven't written really since I've been in school. So Except, when I had a few people pass my family, I wrote poems for those.
And you do it just for the passion of it, or are you trying to?
It's something that I just, enjoyed doing at a young age. And then when I got to UNC, I realized that spoken word is a theatrical part of poetry, where instead of kind of just like reading a poetry book, which I can't really do. It's not that interesting to me, but being able to get on stage and see people's emotions and how they kind of identify with you and everything, and it's more of an exciting part of poetry that I enjoy, and I hope to get back to. But
yeah, because you were great.
Gotta
you were
stop
great.
working so much.
Well, something I did want to mention, because Dainhen and I were talking about doing a show here in a couple weeks about fraternities and sororities. You're a member of
Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
You are Q.
Yep.
And you mentioned in your bio how they impacted you. How was becoming a part of Q's? I ain't gonna say the whole thing.
Yeah.
How'd that impact you as a young person?
So my interest in the fraternity was, one, based on the cardinal principles: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift, and then also just the recognition that it's a core group of black men that help each other accomplish their goals. And I didn't have any brothers growing up. I didn't really have a father growing up, so I wanted to join an organization that kind of gave me pieces of my life that I felt like I didn't have. So that's why I joined a fraternity, and then what I aforementioned is the reason why I joined that specific fraternity. And then also, within our fraternity, if you're doing very good in school, we have certain programs you can apply to get awards and also scholarships. So I actually won 6th District Scholarship of the Year Award and International Scholarship or Scholar of the Year Award right after I joined the fraternity, and that came with money attached to it. So they essentially financed my ability to travel the world, in addition to some programs at Keenan Flagler Business School. So it's been a very great experience being a part of the fraternity. We have a very close-knit chapter at UNC that transcends many different generations. We started in 73, and I can still go back and hang out with some of the guys that joined our specific chapter that long ago, whereas other chapters can't necessarily do that. So I definitely joined the right chapter, and I definitely joined the right fraternity for what I wanted.
That's awesome. I love it. I do.
I would like to know what you having, the show is Young, Gifted, and Black, but you sound like an old man at like many things. Like, where are you in 5 years? What happens in 5 years? Where are you at?
In 5 years, I could be in a lot of places. There's a potential I could be pursuing my MBA within the next 3 years. Joining banking has kind of opened my eyes to many different things. Getting an MBA isn't necessarily buying an education, but buying a network. And to be effectively successful, you kind of need a network. You can't really make it by yourself. So I've thought about that, but I'm definitely going to start investing in properties personally from a residential side of things. And I'm actually thinking about this year starting my portfolio of assets. And everything. So, I could be having my MBA. I'll definitely be an investor in commercial real estate, and I'll likely have a good residential real estate portfolio as well. And outside of that, I want to start, giving back more to the community as well. I've thought about starting a scholarship at my old high school, New Hanover High School, to, find, individuals like myself that grew up in situations that kind of, set them in a bad place, but they still have that mind to be successful, and kind of cultivate that and help them accomplish their goals. So
that's awesome. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
I just enjoy sitting here watching you talk.
Yeah. I will vote for you too. I don't even vote.
Well, we thank you so much for being here. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media. And when Dainhen said something a second ago, and I meant to tell you this, I thought about this last night. You really need to motivational speaker,
man, you can do
workshop
so much,
presenter.
like,
all of that, because you have a gift, and plus the story you have to tell, and plus the information you have now, people will pay for you to come and talk to their young people.
And they need to, man, because we have, the extent of our financial intelligence is my EBT card is supposed to show up on such and such. You know what I mean?
That's very
It's supposed to drop on the 19th. I've been calling since 12.
And something you said earlier that I wanted to point out. like you kind of said, like a lot of people, from our, our heritage and our background, like they don't necessarily understand how money works.
Mm-hmm.
And part of why I wanted to get in finance is because I felt like if I want to make money, I have to know how money works. So that's why I study business. That's why I got into investing. That's why I do investment banking, because I work with money and numbers all day, and I understand how these things work. And there are a ton of traps in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in the terms of consumer lending, where people are really just trying to take your money from you. We kind of have the mentality that I can make the monthly payment on my credit card, but really at the end of the day, by the time you pay that off, you've probably paid 5 times more than you borrowed.
I can see you doing like webisodes on like what's the place where you take the card, Autopon or something like that.
Maybe I'm not.
I mean, not just specifically that. There are certain entities that are stationed within our communities, like
it's like cash advance.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Like just giving people insight on what's really taking place, and then they could, make somebody want to learn more and maybe take it a step further. Because once we have individuals who are able to teach and they're able to teach people to teach, then it's just a trickle down there. You have a great responsibility on your shoulders, man.
I appreciate it.
Make black babies too, man.
I will.
Well, I'm so excited to have you here, and you do live in Charlotte right now.
Yeah,
so
I do
you
live in
came
Charlotte.
down.
I skipped work today.
It reminded me a little bit of when you were growing up and you came to our house for weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that, huh?
It's
so funny because their grandmother always wanted Gabe to go to Wilmington with them, so she would bring Travis like it's this bait. Gabe out of my house, and so I would just call. I call your mom, be like, "Well, can Travis just stay with us?"
And that's what would happen.
And that's what would happen
every time.
Well, we're so excited to have you here
Happy to be
and have
here.
you hang around, and we're gonna have the group discussion at the end.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we have our final guest of the day, Mr. Kenny Williams, is in the building. All right. You're live on the air with Regina Sunshine and Dainhen Butler, and as we go to break, we're gonna have a spoken word piece from Travis from 5-6 years ago.
Oh man, that's 2008.
Talking about
that was in my prime, but
Carolina.
Also, wow, I'm wearing like big clothes. Wow. Like you said, I grew up in Carolina. I currently attend GYSB. I got a lot of my head right now. But yeah, I go to Carolina. I guess you could say you meet me right here. I'm representing Carolina. Represent Carolina. Any other institutions. We read transparency, not translucent. Or reduce. We lose. And obvious contributions to not miss the pollution. So I represent Carolina, but I can only tell my story. Cause I'm only like my can only provide when you can call it either way I kill. My type homicide, this thing. I wasn't with the devil with the knife with my hand. I had touched out window recently, but mentally, I made a minute. I chose not to become a problem. The mind vibe. Only press. I knew Phil, but it wasn't my resident. In school, my first knowledge. I invest that skill to hold you back. I digest. Oh, the racial barrier. I arrest. Was splendid. I carry it. You Carolina. But can only tell my story. The past is history, but history rebels through me. Raised by my mother, sister, no brother. People should learn from the blood from higher achievements. I'm still with no cover. Role model. Didn't need one. Just wanted to do make another mother of the sun. I long to overcome my struggles and that's enough to push. So essentially was a physical mystery, not verbally, and when I rose, I created a catastrophe. Let's scream masking. But she currently is only a part. You see, I in Carolina, but can only tell my story. Coming up, I couldn't stand school. People push these dreams. I would be something great. I wonder. What's the point of dreaming if you can't dream for yourself? So not to dream, I just myself and those around me. My passion knows no bounds. Flowing intellectual side, my feet know no ground. Negativity, my ears know no sound.
Instead I surround with my prosperity and clarity for let's just walk. Don't carry. Cause I have to do things for myself sometimes. I have to be a man when people say I can't, I have to say I can. So I decided to take a stand for the Black Nation and get a profound education so people could address me as part of nigga nation. I'm not ignorant. Intelligence knows no resemblance. You see I in Carolina. But can only tell my story.
This is crazy important.
In the mix. The biggest station in the world. Playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Don't go nowhere. For sure.
Sacrifice who I am on the inside. I'd rather be an outsider. You can stay if you like. I'll see you on the other side. I wanna live the free life. I'd rather be an outsider. I'd rather be an outsider. I'd rather be an outsider. I'd rather be an outside. Yeah, I'd rather be an outside.
I really can't tell if I'm overdressed or I'm underdressed, if I'm underpaid or just overstressed, if I'm cynical or just over this, cause I'm tired of trying to get over there. Man, it's over there. Party's over. You probably couldn't tell we
the biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Welcome back to Instinct Radio. You're tuned in to the Regina Sunshine. Get your sassy back. I am your co-host, Dainhen Butler. Today's episode is Young, Gifted, and Black. Our last guest, Kenny Williams. I personally know, I consider this person to be my brother because we've gone through stuff. Anytime you loan me money, we brothers. But I've just seen so much growth. I remember at one particular time he was sweeping up hair at the barber shop on Glenwood next to the bowling alley. And now I go into his shop like probably 3 times a week.
At least 3 times a week.
At least 3 times a week.
See you all the time.
Yeah, and his prices are ridiculous. But you know what? I pay for it because I like what I get. But just to see him just
he better pay for
it. Find his craft, go back to school for his craft, and then look at the people who put him on and be like, you know what? I am just as equal, and now I am in the position to do more than what you've done. Not in a look at what I can do type situation, but I'm a boss, man. And this is what I'm doing, man. So I'm proud to have him here on the show. Kenny Williams, y'all.
Welcome to the show, Kenny.
Thank you.
You know, whenever I mentioned to Dainhen the topic, young, gifted, and black, I got somebody. It was like no even second thought. I know exactly who I wanted to have on this show. And he began to talk about you and the growth and the progression, which is something we want our young people to see, age is not a factor. All you got to have is a dream and a work ethic, right?
Yeah.
And believe you can do it and go get the thing.
He definitely has the work ethic. Like, we used to be roommates at one particular time, and this was right before I started buying ice cream trucks. I used to work for somebody else on their ice cream truck. Me and Kenny ran a bootleg house. This is before the laws got passed. This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Before they passed the law in reference to, selling liquor on the weekends. I mean,
on Sundays.
On Sundays. Like, we had a
liquor house pay for our rent.
Yeah, but this is what I learned. He was a real businessman because, you can go to the store and you buy the alcohol. I had a plug at the liquor store because my sister was working there. Yeah. So he would take the Grey Goose and some of the other liquor. He was like, look, man, this taco. So I'm like, what are you talking about? My man would take the taco, which is a whole lot cheaper, and he would put it into the Grey Goose bottle, and he would sell it to the wine nose like it was Grey Goose. And
Easy money.
And I was like, we didn't have to pay rent at their place at all because the alcohol paid for the rent. I was just like, you know what? I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes, man.
It's pretty.
That's funny.
Hey, that's the story, man. That's for real. Right there on Glenwood.
Now they doing it every day.
Yeah, at the club.
They do it every day, all the time.
Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, business owner.
Yes.
Do you love working for yourself?
I love working for myself, but it is very, very hard and difficult. It's kind of mind-boggling at times because you have to fight with yourself. You got actually 3 people inside you when you're a business owner. That is the technician, the entrepreneur, and the actual manager. So the technician is the guy that knows how to do everything. He's a barber. He can do everything nice. And the manager is the one that puts everything together, whether it be appointments, whether it be a barbershop, whether it be this or that. And the owner is the one that oversees everything. So with those 3 opinions inside of one person, you have to fight with yourself constantly, all the time. And I'm just now getting to a point where I'm comfortable enough to be out and network with people. Because at first I was just a technician. Mm-hmm. Now I'm on to the point where I'm a owner and a manager.
Yeah.
So it takes time to learn that, and that's where I am now.
That's awesome. You know, it was obvious that Dainhen has great respect for you and what you're doing. What are some of the dreams you see for the future? What are some of the things you want to do next?
Well, now I'm actually about to enroll down in 71 Institute and go to school for teaching, to be an instructor. A barber instructor down at the barber college, and the next step after that is owning a barber school.
That's
so it's
awesome.
just teaching the world how to cut hair and how to be better at making people look good.
Yeah, and that leads to a whole other avenue of things because you get the instructor's license and you make videos, DVDs. I mean,
right,
and you begin to sell that material.
Right.
I
It's
mean,
just
so
right
it
now
opens up-
he's
yeah.
getting certified to do it, but I've seen him take a guy with mediocre barber skills and put him in the shop, and not just like when somebody comes into his shop and they have a chair, of course they're paying booth rent, but I've seen him take a guy who didn't have a whole lot of confidence, who had the ability to get it done, just didn't have that oomph. And now when I look at, I'm talking about Walt, like Walt cut my hair every time I go into the shop. It's just like he has that confidence now. Now he is a young boss, and he's still like, when I look at the prices on the wall, like, man, this dude charging $25 a haircut.
You gotta teach him, man. You gotta teach him. You gotta take him from where they at and just grow them to be better. So my thing is, I want to make everybody around me rich, millionaires or whatever. Even though I'm not there yet, but I still want to make everybody have the mentality of being a boss. And if you can't do that, then you don't need to be around me.
I love that. I do. So when you look at your life and what you were trying to put back into the community, what is it you hope that people are watching you get from your story?
I hope that people are seeing that it could be done not just by, knowing somebody or knowing this person, but actually getting out and doing the work yourself. I've been doing this since I was 11 years old, and I've been owning the shop since I've been 20. I'm 27 now. So it's possible. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, he remind me of Jack in the reference. Jack will do everything. Jack will be out. I'm putting a roof on. I'm gonna call you back in 5 minutes. but this dude, he'll do anything. Like, and what I noticed about him, just being in the same house with him, he doesn't do trash at all. If you leave it around and it's there, I don't know if he started itching or what, but he would throw stuff away.
But it's like that. I'm about that with opinions too, or if I'm trying to do something or plan. If it sit around too long, it's trash.
It's gone.
You need to go ahead and act on it. You need to do something with that.
Why don't you have trash cans in your barbershop?
I can't stand it.
No
I
trash
can't
cans in
stand
the
clutter. It blocks my mind. It blocks.
Where the trash
like
go?
all this stuff sitting up here, this stuff bothers me. I need to see where I'm going. I need to clear.
Where does the trash go in the barbershop?
I need that out the way.
In the barbershop, what did the barbers do with the trash when they get done?
They sweep it up and take it outside.
Okay.
You don't bring no trash here. You take
He
it
did
outside.
for real. I bought some flyers for the moonwalk service and thought they was gonna be sitting on the desk. No, you got to put them somewhere. where
you
it
got to
belong,
put them
man.
somewhere. Everything got a place.
Oh my goodness! I always said it. Everything got a place.
Everything got a place. Everything.
Hey, I respect it. I gotta respect it.
And it's just like that. I'm like that. You gotta organize. When you get organized, everything gets smoother.
Let me ask you this, because at one particular time, and what I noticed about a lot of barbers in the Decatur, Atlanta area, they'll find a master barber, they'll find somebody who has their license, and they'll just cut up under that individual. Mm-hmm. What made you say, you know what, I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to go ahead and get my degree, I'm going to go ahead and get everything I need to do myself? What made you take that initiative to do what you needed to do to set yourself apart?
I don't like people telling me what to do. So if I'm in the building, I feel like not only do I need to be a part of the building. I need to own the building. You know what I'm saying? I don't like taking orders. I don't like for somebody to say, hey, go do this or do that. I don't like giving orders, but I can be the one to guide you in the right direction.
I identify so much. I always say that I don't like being told what to do at all.
Yeah.
You know, I teach in South Carolina, and the only reason that I teach that particular, they let me do what I want to do. They don't bother me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, here it is, go teach the class. Because if I had somebody stand over me, I would quit. I'd be like, well, you do it yourself. You go stay here and watch me do it. So there's something about somebody, they telling you, I get that. I really do.
Hurts me.
I have quit jobs because I felt, and just you tell me what, okay, I'm going to the house.
I worked for UPS for 1 day.
Is that the only job?
That's the only job that I ever tried.
Yeah.
I worked there for 3.5 hours. And they had me living up bags of dog food. And I looked around all the people around me. I said, man, look here, man. I can't do this. Look at you. Look at you. You know, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not like you. I got to go.
Yeah.
He said, well, you need to put it in those. I guess what? I'm finna leave.
In the environment, because I get a lot of energy, and I get, you know, even though he's younger than me, I get a lot of stuff from him. And then we were at school around about the same time.
Yep.
As he was going and he was getting his degree, they was giving me my financial aid check, and I was just like, you know what, I could continue to, because it was it's nothing for me to go out and get a job. But then I was surrounding myself with like bosses that was doing legitimate work, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this financial aid check and I'm gonna make it do what it do. So that's when I first bought my first equipment, my moonwalk equipment, and I got nothing but support. Even when I tried to, you know, expand to ice cream trucks, I never got anything but support from Kenny. And then it's a whole circle. It's a whole circle. Yeah.
We work together. We have to work together. Just like he called me and said he need me. Hey, I'm there. I probably don't do everything that you need me to do, but I'm gonna be there. So I'm a phone call away, and he's just a phone call away, and we just connect like that.
Whereas y'all talking, I was thinking it's just so important that those who own businesses begin to teach the business owner mindset, because a lot of people aren't. I was at an event. I was at the 11th hour, and the play, and it was set in a barbershop. It was a cool play, and at the end they were asking us just some of the things, you know, that we saw in terms of the play. But the thing I saw was, number one, the barbershop was owned by one of the gentlemen that was one of the characters, and I said, we've got to begin to teach business ownership. Stop telling our kids go to school and get a good job. No, you can go to school and learn all types of things, but then take that and go and start a business. And so
get a business and then get you a school.
I love
then
it.
You start teaching everybody.
You know what? I ain't counting your money or nothing, but I was talking to Dr. Courtney Russell. He was talking about how much he makes as a doctor, and I was just like, you know what? You can be a barber. You still gonna take hard work, but you can be a barber and make just as much as a doctor.
This is $1 billion industry, and it's a lot of avenues you can go in. Whether it's going into selling hair, making products, school, you know, being a barber itself. That's, if you learn how to run your business the right way, it's countless.
it really is, because I look at the chick that does my hair, and she owns her own house, and she owns 3 vehicles. She's got an Escalade truck, she's got an Infinity truck, and she's got a Camaro. And they're all paid for, everything paid for. So that, you know, the money's out there if people go get it.
Yeah, you have to go get it now. You have to go get it. You can't just sit around and wait for it to come to you. You have to go get it. But it's possible. It's easy.
Well, tell everybody where your business is located.
I am on Counter Road, 1877 Counter Road. You can follow me on Instagram, Cuts Barbershop, CUTZ Barbershop, and Cuts Barbershop 01. That's the shop page, and the Cuts Barbershop page is mine.
Awesome.
And yeah, I be open all the time.
All the time.
You don't always be there. You don't even work on the weekends no more, do you?
I don't have to.
Okay, then.
I like that. He a boss. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring all our guests back to join Kenny and go ahead and round out this Young, Gifted, and Black show here on Instinct Radio.
All right.
Biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. We're listening to Instinct Radio.
Yeah, I wish I never held back. Wish nobody had to sell crack. Then I May I see my dad a little more, maybe I could dream a little more. But I still wishing those stars in the sky. Wish a lot of people was alive. And I probably passed on a whole lot of truth, but I know about a whole lot of lies. Man, I wish I had me a time machine. I would tell Martin it was all a dream. And I wish like Ray J back in 06. Guess it worked cause I got my chick. And I wish like Kels did, if I could change the clock, man, I'd change a lot. And I probably wouldn't be so selfish, I would've gave a lot, man, I'm ashamed of that. I wish I could've told, oh, thank you, before it got way too late. I wish I would've worked on my jump shot, but time just fades away. I probably wish too much, I know I played less than I should. I know I did too much, I take it all back if I could.
Wish I had another chance, maybe I do better. Maybe I do better, maybe I do better. Every time I think about all of my mistakes, I just wanna turn it around. Be like, oh. If I never went there, I would never know. Maybe I can turn it around.
I wish I didn't do it, but I did it. Man, it happened last night. Man, I wish I would try to act like you ain't never lost your sight. And I don't even do it for the money, except when I do it for the money. Tryna find yourself, but you find yourself doing things in the dark, kinda funny. I wish I had 10 more wishes, I swear I got 10 more visions. And life is a game that I can't stop playing, baby, give me like 10 more minutes. I'm almost finished, I wish I had a little more time. Got a whole lot of goals that I wish I could achieve, I believe I'ma lose my mind. Before I get to those, yeah, I missed the goals, but my shot was off. I can't tell what I lost till I count the cost. But I probably miss my couch. Wish I was a little bit taller, wish I was a baller. Then again, every time I get a little money, I'll be looking at the next man like he's smaller. I can't call it. And I wish I didn't go and get high on that one first date. I was all zoned out, paranoid like. Did you hear that noise? And I know she probably thinking I'm crazy. No pun intended. I wish I repented a little bit quicker. Then again, I ain't pull the trigger. I know I said I had no regrets, but I sure do wish every chance I get. Go figure.
Wish I had another chance, maybe I do better. Maybe I do better, maybe I do better. Every time I think about all of my mistakes, I just wanna turn it around. Be like, oh. If I never went there, I would never know. Maybe I can turn it around. If I never went there, I would never know. Maybe I can turn it Maybe I can turn it around.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Alright, you guys, we're back live on the air. Regina, Sunshine, and Dainhen Butler on the Get Your Sassy Back show on Instinct Radio. This is our young, gifted, and black show, and these are the amazing guests that we have had here today. If you weren't inspired, something's wrong with you, because we got, like Dainhen always says, black superheroes in the building with us today.
It almost feel like the cover of the Source sophomore thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Freshman Academy.
Freshman, yeah. Okay.
Well, I did want to ask you guys a couple of questions, about the topic for the day and what it means to be young, gifted, and black in this country today. So, number one, first question, and it's for anybody who wants to answer it. The show was titled Young, Gifted, and Black. How important do you think your own personal success is to inspiring other young black people? Somebody say something.
The most important thing about being
young, gifted, and
black is being personally motivated. Find someone that's doing what you want to do and doing better than you, and follow that. That's the main thing. It's easy. You find it and follow it.
Awesome. You gonna say something?
I think besides, I guess, being considered young, gifted, and black, I think it's very important to be able to identify with your audience, whatever your audience may be, whether you want to inspire kids, inspire your peers, inspire teenagers, whatever that is, you need to be able to have some sort of background or some sort of knowledge base that can help you identify with them. Otherwise, you can't garner that respect in order to cultivate the things they need to be successful. So.
And I think it doesn't make a difference because you're young, right? That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this show. It's something, I can go into a school and have a conversation with kids, but I'm 43 almost, right? But then you guys come in and you're closer to their age range. You know what I'm saying? It makes a difference when it comes from you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody speak on that.
I mean, yeah, I guess with like with me, how I look, I don't look like the typical 19-year-old, and I bring a new and fresh perspective, and they're like, oh, hey, he looks more like us, he relates with us. He's been through stuff we've been through, so I can talk to him about what's going on with my life. So.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I just feel that because we're young, I feel like it's even more powerful that, oh my God, they're doing something and they're trying to be leaders. Like, it must be serious. Or we, like other young people, they're like, oh, maybe we can do it too because they did it. So I feel that because we're young, it's even more powerful for other people to do what we're doing, basically.
I agree. I do.
How do you guys stay away from the dark side? When I say the dark side, that's ratchetness, Magic City. I mean, because you guys could be doing something totally different. You could be making, income. You could be doing music to kill black people. You could be doing a lot of other stuff. What makes you decide to do something that is going to bring goodness to the world?
I think it's my humbleness because I'm very shy. Like, I will sit there and be quiet, and then once I get on stage, it's like, oh my God, what happened to her? So I think it's just because of my personality, basically, and I just don't mess with the bad stuff. I don't do that.
Personally, in a lot of my brand, personally, I never want anybody to be under the illusion that I haven't done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just you get to a point where you have to make a decision on, number one, who you want to be, what you want to be, and are the things that you're doing conducive to where you're trying to go. Yeah, I have my shortcomings and I did X, Y, and Z, to make sure I get through school and all this stuff. Okay, got it. But I'm through school now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you know better, you do better.
I like that.
I think it's also important to, at least for me, when I think about, me not being in the streets or me not doing anything illegal, etc., I don't do those things because it limits my upside. There are plenty of people that are famous now, like Jay-Z, 50 Cent, a lot of artists that have, had a rough history, but, made something out of it down the road. I don't necessarily feel like I have that power, and you also have to think about all the people that didn't make it to their position. I'd rather be in something that, for example, I like business. Like, that is an unlimited upside for me. And you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I live by money, I'll die by money. And that's kind of like what my perspective is. I'd rather have that in my back pocket as opposed to something else.
I like that.
He got the Obama look going on. He got his little sleeves rolled up.
Travis from
You got something you want to add? Well, what are some of the challenges you guys face? Young, black, in this country right now. What are some of the challenges, some of the real things that you're facing out here?
Sometimes it don't even be you that you're facing. It could be your circle. You could be your friends. You have to just be the one to look different, be different, and go out and do different things. One of the challenges I face is where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, I seen a lot of drug, death, and violence all around me. So you just have to want to be something different and go after that.
Awesome.
I would say not being recognized, because I see with our generation, people only like to recognize the bad that's going on, the killings, the robberies. Oh, hey, look at this. This is this young generation. They're messing everything up. And I guess platforms like this help to bring young people and say, here are the young positive people in the community doing good stuff for us. So.
And it's very true. When Gabe won his first fight, I I wrote an article about him and sent it to all the newspapers in the town where he grew up, and they wouldn't publish the article. And I knew why. Because it was something positive about a young black man. And in fact, what I read to you was what I sent to them. And I called and I spoke to the editor, and he's like, oh, we'll run it eventually. And the next day, they had a black kid on the front news, got arrested for robbing some store or something.
You know, I was thinking about that because, like, I look at World Star a lot. But you know what the next World Star is? Fox 5. If you want to see a black person breaking the law right now, pull up Fox 5 on your phone. Because what takes place is this, that there's a plan, and there's a plan to, you know, alter our how the world view us. And you know what? News is not news anymore. News is something where if I want to see what happened down there, I know somebody got robbed at Georgia Tech. This what kind of area it is. But every time I turn to the news, you will see an African American male doing something negative. The fact that we have people positive begets positiveness. So, and I don't want to get on my footstool because I can, but when you start putting people that are doing stuff in the community, people are going to mimic that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then what happens now is that your prison population, actually, it reduces. People begin to go to school longer. They start understanding they could do music that doesn't kill everybody. They start doing stuff in the community that actually helps the community. And then what takes place is some people have to find jobs because you've based your income, you've based your livelihood off of the pipeline from elementary school to the prison population.
I mean, prison's a privately owned organization at this point, so I mean, their goal is to keep, like, their capacity over 95% at all times, so you're fighting a lot right now.
Yeah.
Which is important that we do, you know, shows like this, so we show people that what you're seeing on a particular channel, that's not everything that's going on. That's what is being fed to you over and over and over again. But we got a whole, you know, a show full of examples to show you this ain't for real all the time. This is what's real, and this is what's making a difference. Anybody else?
I think what you guys touched on, like, that's probably for me the hardest part because, like I said, I do the activism and things of that nature. So it's really important to not be reactive to what you're seeing. You have to stay positive. You have to keep a cool head because you can't lead anyone else when you're unlevel and you're unstable about what's going on. I've had my moments where I've even had to take a moment off from my website and reporting because it's a lot. But at the same time, you have to know your purpose and know, like, I'm peaceable. So I have to stand behind that at all times. I've done the protest and had to stand there and watch people, you know, disrespect us and watch the police lines form. Like, it's not a good feeling. But that's probably the hardest part.
Yeah. Wow. Change. How do you guys believe that you can make a change? You know, change is not always sweeping. In a lot of cases, it's one individual person making a difference where they are. How do you guys believe that you can make a difference?
I know one guy said you change the world by changing yourself, so I start with me, and from me, I can change other people.
I love that. I like that. Anybody else?
Like I said, throughout the music that I do, it's not for me. You know, it's a bigger picture. You know, of course, yeah, I can get my emotions and everything out, but you never know who's listening, who's watching. You never know. It's been plenty of times where I felt like, well, I wasn't doing enough, or, you know, maybe I should stop. And somebody I've never known, someone older than me, rank-wise, just above, like, up there somewhere, that I look up to and say, I see what you're doing. Keep going. You don't realize how many people you're touching. You don't realize how many people watching. Don't do it. Don't stop.
Something I was thinking about in reference to, you know, how we talk about how media portrays us. Like Akon just helped provide, like, I want to say electricity or something for like over 600 million people. Yeah. And it's on no major media outlet at all. I see it on my timeline, but it hadn't, and that just goes to, you know, show that they do not want to show pictures of us doing anything positive, because once you start showing that, people begin to mimic what they see, whether it be conscious or subconscious. Yeah. And people begin, and now Akon is a big, you know, he is money bags. So then somebody else with money bags start moving. When people with money bags start moving, then the society within itself is affected, man. So I'm saying all that to say that, you know, whether you're on the camera or you're on at Instinct or wherever you're at, man, continue to do what it is that you're doing because you are being watched. You are being watched. And I'm looking forward to participating in some of y'all workshops. I can't wait to Gabe be like heavyweight champion of the earth. Like, for real, I'm waiting on the summer camp. I want to buy your CD. I'm going to see you in the movie somewhere, and I'm going to keep, you get like $75 for me a week anyway from the barbershop. But I'm looking at you, and we saying young, gifted, and black, but I look up to these people because they inspire me. They give me the unction to continue to move forward and to just live. I was with this dude, and he's got a group of guys like in their early 20s. He was like, we're gonna ride bikes. I'm like, cool, let's ride bikes. This dude got me in Buckhead at 3 o'clock in the morning. We riding bicycles. Just riding bicycles. Just from Counter Road all the way to Buckhead. And I'm just like, you know what? I do feel alive. So it's something that you guys bring to the picture that it's new, it's different, and it's you. And I think that the moment you allow somebody else to put you in a category, you limit yourself. So I say continue to do what it is that you're doing. If you come up with a different genre of music, man, push it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm inspired.
I am too. Well, we thank you guys for being on the show. We want to give you a chance, each of you, just parting words, last thing you want to say before we go. We'll start with D. Milan.
Thank you guys so much for having me here. Like, it really does mean a lot. I do want to let you guys know, and this is my first invitation, June 27th at 11 a.m. I will have my first book signing at the Apex Museum. I hope that you all will be there, and anybody else who's watching who wants to slide through, come on in. Awesome. That's June 27th, 2 weeks, I believe, on a Saturday morning. 11.
Yeah. You and Jack should talk. We should link something up where download the app and buy a book or something, just something. Yep. You gotta support.
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on here, and thank Miss Angela for telling me about you. And I just want to say, if you're different,
you dance when you talk. You be like,
if you're different, don't think that it's wrong, because I have my own style. So when people look at me, they're like, what is she doing? What is she wearing? I'm just like, I'm me. So if you're different, don't think it's wrong, because nothing, to me, I don't feel anything is wrong, because if you love it, then just because someone else doesn't love it doesn't mean it's wrong or doesn't mean it's right. It's just who you are. So just be who you are.
Awesome. Kenny?
Fight and win. That's all I can say. Cuts Barbershop, CUTZ Barbershop, CUTZ Barbershop 01, Cuts Barbershop. Come see us. Word to Gabe. Fight and win.
All right, Desmond.
Y'all just had to put me back on here. A lot of stuff going on. I'm just gonna shout out this thing right here. Mama, I love you. I do. I appreciate you. She been supporting me this whole time, man. Like, I know I'm a headache. I know it. But I just want to say I thank you. I love you so much. Everybody else that's been, in my corner, man, I appreciate y'all. I come here, not for me, but I come here to learn. Every one of you all have taught me something, So let's network. Let's do it. And let's just go beyond what we know and just... let's do this thing, man.
I love it.
Let's do it.
Travis?
I would say to everybody out there, find your support system, because that is going to be what's going to help you excel. If it's not your family, I'm sure you have a group of friends. If you don't have a group of friends, just start networking. Start, talk to random people throughout the day. At some point, you will meet somebody. God will put somebody in your face that will help you get to where you want to go. So definitely find your support system, and don't limit yourself. Like, if you have an idea in your head and it sounds outlandish, there are plenty of outlandish things that people do that has turned into something magnificent. There's also very simple things people have thought up, like GoPro, that essentially blows up because nobody actually took the time to put it together and create it. So definitely don't limit yourself. Find your support system. Keep your head up high, and everything else will fall into place.
Awesome. Gabe Robinson.
I'd say do what you want. I mean, if you want to figure out, want to beat up people, and do it. If you want dance, investment banking, music, anything, I say just follow your dreams because, I mean, that's the only way you're going to be effective. You don't want to be behind a desk for the rest of your life. So, yeah, do that. Buy my shirts, thenewspartan.bigcartel.com. To get your Sassy Back show. We'll be here next Monday. I'll probably be here back next Monday. So, yeah.
Behind the scenes this time, right?
Yes.
That's how he prefer, which is interesting. He's a fighter, and he will be fighting on a world stage, but he prefers to be behind the scenes. So thank you guys, all of you, so much for being here. Final words, Dainhen?
Final words. I was just editing one of my next book, and the first chapter I asked the reader to rate themselves on a level of 1 to 10, and before I do anything, I give it to people and see what kind of response I get. And then I never once got a 10. People were 7, 8, 8.5 because they saw where growth was necessary. But when I think about what you just said in reference to you just being you, you know what? Who can be the best you other than you? How are you comparable to anybody else? If you're being you in every aspect of your life, how can you be compared? And I think a lot of times we as a people, and this is not just a race thing or Decatur thing, this is psychologically. We compare ourselves to others and we begin to define ourselves based on that comparison. But if you are the best you, the only you, then how can you be compared? Therefore, how could you have limitations? That's it.
I love it. That was good stuff. Well, again, I thank you guys. I'm inspired. I sit here again, nearly 43. I don't have no problem telling y'all my age. I'm blessed to still be here. How about that? But you inspire me, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to get some more stuff done. I got to get busy. I got to make sure that I'm being my best and doing everything that I can so I can inspire other people the way you guys are inspiring to us. So thank you again for being here. All right. Well, to our listeners, we leave you with our parting words that we always leave you with. God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy. Make sure you tune in next week, as Gabe said, every Monday, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Our show next week is called Women in Radio, and we've got like 8 or 9 women from a whole bunch of different radio stations. It's going to be a lot of talking going on. I'm sure Dainhen and Jack will have a lot of commentary next week. But so far we have D Hill from Love 860 AM, Regina Breed from Blog Talk Radio, Claim to Fame from Love 860 AM, T Baby from Instinct Radio, Loretta Rose from 1490 AM, and Sharia Thomas from 1420 AM. And I got some other ladies that I'm confirming. It's going to be an awesome show next week. If you want to be on our show, if you got a topic maybe you think we should cover, email me at getyourSassyBackShow@gmail.com, and we'll talk about getting you on the show. And another shout out to our food sponsor, Best Wings in Town. Did y'all like the food?
Those quesadillas.
What took us so long to get back?
Best Wings in Town. It's up at 890 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard here in Atlanta. Hours. The breakfast menu is served from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Lunch menu from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Thank you, Q, so much for all you've done and for sponsoring this show. I think our guests have enjoyed us having a good food sponsor here at Instinct Radio. All right, well, you guys, I leave you with my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed, stay sassy, and keep winning.
This is crazy important. Crazy important.
In the mix. The biggest station in the world. All of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
For sure.